A Disney superstar celebrity is saying awful, terrible, heinous things about black and brown men after the election of Donald Trump. Now Disney is having to decide, will they pull the Roseanne card again, this time against someone on the left? She's so woke, it's no joke, they may actually have to do it. And we've got the video of her insanity on full display right after this.
And black men, that was just shocking because, honey, he's gonna give the military and the police permission to shoot you in your back. And
hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Pro Channel, where we continue as ever the endeavor of explaining entertainment, keeping you ahead of the culture curve. And folks, we want to thank you. You may have noticed that over Thanksgiving and Black Friday that we didn't have as many of the original videos. Many of them were highlight videos, and we just want to thank you for putting up with us needing a day or two off to rest, relax, be thankful, and return rejuvenated. And Hollywood, we apologize that we were able to do so in so little time. Efficiency, we engage in that right here. Folks, we need you to engage in clicking that like button. Let's get underway today. This from Drew Smith at Drew Disney Dude. Disney Parks shared a video of Jennifer Lewis. She's the voice of Mama Odie, and Michael Leon Woolley, the voice of Lewis, riding Tiana's Bayou Adventure for the first time at Disneyland. Now, Disney has been on a tear as of late, making sure that they post all kinds of stuff of Jennifer Lewis, and she has been everywhere. Walt Disney World, Disneyland, at the Imagineering headquarters. She has been everywhere. They love her. At least they did love her until after the election. We'll show you what she has said and why Disney may have to engage in a rejection of everything involving this absolutely insane, crazy lady. Here's the original promotion. At least one of them will have more. Here she is.
Are you ready to go on Tiana's Bayou Adventure?
yeah, let's go. Oh, what are you doing standing there? Let's go.
So that gives you some idea. Disney was very interested in having her, but she has been problematic for Disney. Take a look at this. Out of that park place, Disney voice legend goes on unhinged rant against conservatives. Mama Odie might be nuts. This is back from April 25th. Disney has known for plenty of time that she is absolutely crazy. We'll play just a snippet of this because we played this before. We've had this on the channel before. Just a snippet to give you an idea of how insane this woman is, and then we'll get to the new stuff with Stephen A. Smith. Here she is.
As soon as he takes the oath, he will have generals walk down the steps of the Capitol. He will take a hammer and break the glass where the Constitution is, and he will tear it up in our faces.
Now, she goes on to scream and to yell and act like an absolute moron. She is unglued. She is unfettered from any kind of reality. But she was not unfettered from Disney because prior to the election, of course, Disney was as heavily involved in politics as you could imagine. And so they had no problem imagining her being a tremendous asset for marketing Tiana's Bayou Adventure, the removal of Splash Mountain, by the way. Now they may have other thoughts, as we have heard that Disney is getting away from anything political. You can imagine that if the election had not gone the way that it did, if Harris had won, then Jennifer Lewis would be a huge component of Disney going forward still. But now things are changing. From Shameka Michelle, it says, delusional Hollywood actress berates black men who voted for Trump. She says black men hate themselves and America blanked up by not voting for Kamala, who is smart and powerful. You really have to listen. We'll break this apart into pieces. This is from the Stephen A. Smith Show. Here we go, folks. Let's give a listen to how Jennifer Lewis is handling what has happened. And clearly remember that in what she said, there are supposed to be generals marching down the streets of Washington on Inauguration Day, ripping up the Constitution and all this. None of that, of course, is going to happen. Not a single bit of it. She lives in a total delusion. Here's what she says now.
Let me ask you this. What about what they've said in terms of particularly black men and Latinos?
And this is key, folks. It's not just black men that she's attacking. She's attacking anyone. Basically, it doesn't matter if you're a minority or if you view yourself as a minority. She's attacking you no matter what, depending on if you didn't vote for who she thinks you should have. Frankly, I think she's full of baloney. Culture Casino calls it baloney sausage. I just think listen, this woman, I don't believe that she's as crazy as she pretends to be. I think she is a flamethrower, a bomb thrower. She will do whatever it is, say whatever it is, be as incendiary as she wants. And somebody needs to call her out and say, hey, it's time for you to turn down the bat cuss crazy. And so I'm here doing that. Jennifer Lewis, it's time for you to turn down the bat cuss crazy. We've had enough of it. It's lazy. Stop it. Seriously.
Supported him more than they have in the past. Why do you think that is? And what do you have to say to black men and Latinos who were not in favor of supporting Kamala Harris?
As she gets ready to respond, folks, remember that Stephen A. Smith is also an employee of Disney. So this is really interesting that you have two employees of Disney, both of them trying to gather their footing under this new dynamic where the company is trying to be apolitical, running away from the politics that clearly put them outside of the majority feeling, the majority sentiment of Americans.
Oh, honey. Oh, honey. When your favorite niece and your 13-year-old daughter is raped by your alcoholic brother or the next door neighbor, and she tries to abort that baby inside of her from a rape, you're going to regret that.
One of the things that's really interesting about this woman, who, by the way, has been part of Disney's marketing campaign. I mean, she has been there. She's been included in it. If she were just a long gone by, person who played a random voice in a movie, from 10 years ago, we would not be posting her. She has been an ambassador to Disney. One of the things that I watch for, though, and maybe give me pause when I say that she's not actually really crazy, watch her eye movement. Her eye movement is so strange. She is darting everywhere. And that is peculiar. I don't think that she's reading something, yet her eyes move as if she is. We'll continue.
They want to keep women in their place. It's so
Also notice the clips. There are hard clips in this, and I believe it's because she must have said things that are even worse, things that simply cannot be posted. That clip that you just saw, we'll back it up a little bit, and you're going to see this throughout. She must have gone much farther, and I wonder who's protecting her.
You're going to regret that. They want to keep women in their place. It's so disgusting. I can't even put words to them voting for her. They didn't vote for her, didn't vote because she was a woman. They didn't care that she was smart and powerful, educated, beautiful, kind, joyful, fearless. She would have taken care of this country. She would have protected the people. She would have surrounded herself with great minds. But keeping women in their place was more important to them. And black men, that was just shocking because, honey, he's going to give the military and the police permission to shoot you in your back. And
so let's just specify here. This is what you've been waiting on. This woman is bat cuss. She is bonkers. Whether it is a show or not, it doesn't matter. Disney, you must end your professional business relationship with this woman. She cannot be out there promoting anything. I don't say that as some sort of declaration of necessity that, legally or anything like that. I'm saying that in terms of she will wipe out any ability for you to connect with your audience whatsoever. This is a woman making such egregious, outlandish statements as that the government for the next 4 years is going to send the military to attack people with weapons behind their backs. That is insanity. And you cannot be associated with someone who is absolutely insane. This woman makes the comments that Roseanne Barr made once upon a time. She makes those comments look like something you would hear in a kindergarten class, after they just finished singing Kumbaya and went down for a nap. This woman makes Gina Carano look like a saint because Gina Carano didn't even say anything controversial. That was made to be falsely, plastic-wise controversy, right? Because Gina Carano was saying, hey, let's be nice to one another. Bad things happen if you don't stop the acceleration and the aggression towards different people groups. We should not do this. We should not repeat history. Well, here you have the voice of Mama Odie in the complete opposite fashion, declaring that the government of the United States is going to send the military to end people, to delete people in a heinous, illegal way. This is so far out there. This is so unacceptable in terms of a major corporation employing or contracting with her. It just can't be. It just can't.
There will be no immunity. So, baby, y'all done f***ed up. You took every right from your children. Once again, there will be no social security and pensions and.
Mama Odie says there will no longer be social security or pensions within the Trump administration. So that's 4 years. Mama Odie says social security and pensions will all end within 4 years. This woman says insane things. I don't see how Disney can keep a relationship with her.
And rights. This thing has said you will never have to vote again. He's going to be in charge of the military. We have fucked up. End of story.
If she believed any of this, she would be leaving the country. She doesn't believe any of it.
You don't think it was a simple situation of looking at the economy, looking at inflation, looking at crime and saying, excuse me, providing and protect. And as men, that's what we want. And as a result of that, I mean, I voted for her. I wasn't voting for him. But
Stephen A. Smith, who was on the PBD podcast, by the way, said that he respected people who disagreed with him. You can see he's around this woman. He's like, I'm not part of this because she's crazy. She's crazy.
Speaking to men who felt differently, they didn't think about Roe v. Wade. They didn't think about stuff. They thought about the economy, money in their pockets, and safety in the streets.
Oh, listen.
It couldn't have been as simple as that.
First of all, do you see women breaking in people's houses?
By the way, Jennifer Lewis clearly is a misandrist. That statement right there, she is insinuating that men are the source of criminality. Now, it is true that men commit more aggressive physical crimes than women. It is not true, however, that men are the source of criminality. It's a very complicated thing, which would need quite a bit of dialogue for me to explain the psychology behind how men and women both screw up and do poorly, because both men and women are capable of great good and great evil. But Jennifer Lewis boils this down to poor Stephen Smith, who doesn't have the nerve or the backbone to say, wait a minute. She essentially makes this misandrist anti-men statement that women aren't doing any of the things that men are doing, and therefore men were in the wrong. Jennifer Lewis is the kind of person who would love to redact the ability of men to even vote. She's a dangerous individual, and Disney should be very cautious being connected to her in any way.
Did you see women shooting each other in the streets? They voted because they voted for Trump because, I hate saying his name. They voted for him because they hate themselves. And they see this thing as powerful, that he's going to move mountains for them and make them rich. And unfortunately, black men, they want to.
Did you notice the hard cut? Did you notice her smirk, snarl her nose, roll her eyes when she says black men? Something wrong with this woman.
Man, they were saying, I'm voting for the man. Well, we're going to see about that. And don't think we're all not at fault. All of us. We went to our jobs, we came home and sat on the sofa and watched movies of destruction. Superman, Batman, the end of this, Armageddon. Well, all of that social consciousness has brought us here. So now, like I said, Lex Luthor is finally in the fucking White House. What are you going to do about it?
So that is the voice of Mama Odie. That is the woman that Disney has been using to promote Splash Mountain. No, I mean Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Sorry, they destroyed Splash Mountain. And they did it for people who adore Jennifer Lewis and her worldview. That's what this has been all about. And now Disney is trying to make an about face because they're realizing that she doesn't come with a trace of logic or sanity by her side, and maybe neither do the other people who participated in this. Disney, this is so much worse than anything related to Gina Carano or Roseanne Barr or anybody else who's ever been removed from your company, with rare exception. Jennifer Lewis is a nut job, or she presents herself as a nut job, and she makes incredibly incendiary, insane statements. How you can stand by her at this point, I have no idea. She is attacking people based on their race, based on their sex, based on their gender, and she's doing it in a way that there is no credibility whatsoever that any of the political statements she's making will ever come true in any way. She is as vitriolic an individual, as venomous as a person as I think I have ever come across in Hollywood, and that is saying something. The voice of Mama Odie is mad. Folks, you can help us not be mad. Click that like button, share, subscribe, click it and stick it to the algorithms. It is the notification bell. Drop a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. And folks, as we get ready to say goodbye for now, we hope that you have had a wonderful Thanksgiving, that you had all kinds of success with your Black Friday shoppings. And guess what? Cyber Monday tomorrow. Hope you get all kinds of goodies for those you love. Be kind, be good, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.
This is Wilton the Troll reporting for That's Park Place, and I'm surrounded by loving and adoring people who are peacefully trying to make sure that poor kids aren't cold in the winter. And just behind me, you can see a totally natural bonfire for baking cookies or making marshmallows.
Yeah, so, Wilson, we really appreciate the effort and stuff, but we're looking for real and, accurate news reporting on that Park Place.
So not like most news outlets, huh?
No.